Right, okay then. So we're here with,
Imam Yusuf.
and what are you?
So I am the Imam of the University of Sunderland, but I'm also one of the key players on one of the Islamic associations here in the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've seen very scary photos and videos last night of people having to protect the mosque last night as well. We've seen that around the country just a few days ago around the Liverpool area. What I can only imagine what you must be going through. What's kind of going through your head at the moment?
There's a few things. I think firstly, I'm born and bred in Sunderland. I was born in here in the 83. And I guess we've seen this far-right movements from the 80s. And as we move on, they change their guises. And what we saw last night was not Sunderland. This was not Sunderland. It's not acceptable. And what we see this morning, the community coming together, this is the real essence of Sunderland. And I think, yes, there was fear. There was an experience that we've never experienced before. And we're going to change that narrative. That we as a community of Sunderland, we come together, we are supportive of one another. And what we saw on the streets yesterday is definitely not a representation of our city.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a fantastic turnout today. We've seen kind of the ugly side and then the beautiful side of Sunderland, everyone cleaning up, and the kind of community. A lot of people we spoke to as well said it's people kind of from outside of Sunderland kind of coming in. Do you feel that was the kind of...
I think so, and I'm told that in the morning that there was buses coming into the city. I think one important factor is what we see around the country at the moment, this anti-Muslim narrative, that it's the Muslims' fault, it's got to do with the Muslims. The truth is, it's nothing like this. And what we saw in Liverpool, the incidents there, it has nothing to do with the Muslim faith. But it's sad. What we see is sad that the labels are being put onto the Muslim community. The Muslim community is a key central part of our civic society. And it's important to note that we as a community, the Muslim community, will do everything to can to stand with every faith and no faith, to ensure that we can get together as a community, as a civic society, to stand for one another. And it's sad. What we saw in our city is not acceptable, and it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's very sad because it almost feels like these sort of problems were quite in the past sort of thing, but they're coming to quite ahead at the moment as well. Do you feel a little bit of a divide or something like that? Because it's these protests that are happening all around the UK. It's not just like, one thing. Maybe they're getting shipped in and stuff like that. But is it? I mean, it's concerning for me because I think everyone should come together, and there is going to be different religions and stuff like that, but everyone should respect each other and stuff like that. Do you feel like it is a kind of fractious time at the moment, or how do you see that?
I think there's, national politics has a role to play. The anti-Muslim narrative. And what we see yesterday on the 25th of July, we saw some narratives being displayed from the Houses of Lords. We've also seen national politics, some of the individuals who are in a very powerful position having this anti-Muslim narrative. This does not help. And this then gears local public, the local people, into this mentality. And so I think, yes, there is definitely something to do with this current narrative. There are a lot more people who are on, so we say, on the appropriate side, on the understanding side, and that voice needs to be heard more. So the role of the media, the role of national politics, local politics is this, that we need to ensure that we can get the right message out there to the people. The people will listen to the community leadership, and we have a role to come together to ensure that we as a community need to stick together. This anti-Muslim narrative is not correct. It hasn't helped society over years, and we have to come together to get together and say, well, actually, it's nothing to do with Muslims. It's nothing to do with Christians or Jews. It's nothing to do with people of colour. These people out there do these things, and it does not mean that we put labels on other people. So yes, these things are growing. We see it's growing over the last number of months, but we have to come together to change that narrative.
Yeah, and what would be your message to people out there? Because obviously I'm a white guy. I shouldn't really be telling people different stuff and that. What would be your kind of message on how we can kind of bring everyone kind of back together and just have a community where everyone is together?
I think we have to remember we're human beings. Leave your colour, your caste, your wealth, everything to a side. We are people, we are human beings, we are a fabric of society, and leave your differences to a side and come together. And I think regardless of being black or white, that doesn't really make a difference. We have to remember that we all are contributors to the community that we live in, to the civic society that we live in. We have a whole contribution to our economy and our people. So I think all of that makes a big difference. So leave all the differences to a side, come together as human beings and be there for one another. I think that's the only thing I can say. Until we don't understand that and we don't digest that, it will be a long haul for us.
So we're here with?
I'm international students with a family, so I came here just to show that we are all standing to each other.
Yeah.
I've been here since 2019, and I've always said that Sunderland is different than other parts in the UK for its people. So that's why I'm here. I have little girls. If this city is safe, so my girls will be safe, and that's it. So that's why I came here, to cleaning up nothing much to do for cleaning up actually, but just to staying with each other, understanding with each other. So that's everything.
Yeah, I mean, is it a scary time as well? Because there is obviously a racial undertone to the people that came out last night and stuff like that. You've seen the kind of good that Sunderland's kind of got now with everyone cleaning up together. Is there any sort of concern going forward as well?
It should be. There's many students here.
Yeah.
Most of them, they are scared to going outside. So that's why I came here to record everything, and I've popped up all the videos in the social media, and they feel happy, especially when the councillor said that those people is not from Sunderland.
Yeah.
So that's it.